Good morning. So, yes, as you can tell from the title of this video, yes, I did get rid of my car. And if you don't know the story behind it, I can give you a short version of it. So, it's been a couple of years, maybe 2, 3 years, that I have been working so hard to improve my credit. Sometimes people say credit is not important, but in my case, it's very important because where I'm trying to get to and where I need to be, I need credit to be top notch. And so, yes, for past couple of years, it's been 2 years, I've been working diligently on my credit, which includes savings, clearing up my credit in terms of all credit cards being paid off, all student loans being paid off, anything that is holding me back, basically paying it off. And one thing I've seen about this country, we love to live in debt because basically everything is at your fingertips, right? We want this, we're going to put it on credit. We want that, we're going to get a loan. We want this. So we live this lavish lifestyle in debt, and I was sick and tired of it. So, long story short, I had purchased the 2024 Honda CRV in 2024. Basically, it was a brand new car. Tear y'all. And it wasn't something that I went out looking for. My current vehicle, or the vehicle I was using at that time, transmission was going out, and so it was a random thing. I needed to get rid of the vehicle before it breaks down and nobody will buy it. And so it was just a drastic decision I made to get another vehicle. Um, and then my credit was so bad, yo. I had, so it was so messy that I had 3 vehicles on my credit, and 3 of them all had my name on it. And because my income to debt ratio was too high, nobody was going to give me a loan for a new vehicle. And so I battled this for so long and ended up at Honda. Honda had given me a vehicle. Actually, they traded in I did have a Pathfinder. So to make it very easy, let me give specific. So I had a Pathfinder that I wanted to get rid of, but I had 13,000 on it. 13,000 all on it. I owe 30,000. And so I knew every vehicle I get, I will have to take that negative equity and add it to the new loan. And so, yes, I went to Honda, traded the vehicle in, and they were going to give me, I think, 8,000. I was so desperate, I took the 8,000. And so, whatever was left over from that vehicle, was it 13,000? Yeah, I owed 13,000. No, I think no. So yes, after whatever they were going to give me for the vehicle, basically I still ended up with 13,000 negative equity. So yes, I had to carry them to the next loan. And so I went to my bank, and Honda was going to give me a Subaru. So I got a Subaru. I fell in love with the Subaru. The safety features was just excellent. And so I loved the Subaru. So I was using the Subaru for a while. And during this process, the Pathfinder's title got mixed up in all the mess. So the bank had given me a loan for the Subaru and was supposed to have added the negative equity in there, but they didn't. And so now I am stuck with 13,000 loan and the price of the Subaru. So basically 2 different loans in the same bank. It became messier and stressful. And so I'm running around trying to find a new loan to pay off the 13,000, and nobody's going to approve me for a new loan because I already have 3 vehicles, which was the Pathfinder, the Subaru, and my previous one of the vehicles that, long story, somebody else was using. And so nobody was going to approve me for a new loan. It was a stressful month. And that was when I found out credit was so important. I found out savings was so important because if I had money, I could have just paid off that vehicle and sold it and even made more than the 13,000. So long story short, I was harassed by Honda of Fairfax for so long, was now frustrated, burned out, everything else, but also helpless because there was nothing else I could do. I don't have money. And so they decided to work with me. And so instead of now, because I'm stuck with two loans, there was nothing else. Is it I'm getting two different loans or they give me a vehicle that can have the negative equity from the Pathfinder into it. That's how I ended up with a new vehicle. I wasn't thrilled about it because I wanted a vehicle that I can pay off very quick. As I mentioned earlier, I was working on my credit. So I didn't want another debt to be hanging over my head. And so for it to be easy or for the bank to even approve for a new loan, they had to give me a brand new vehicle because with negative equity onto the Subaru, the price was going to be more than what the Subaru was worth, and so no bank wanted to finance that. And so I ended up with a 2024 Nissan Honda CRV. The only thing I liked about that vehicle was it was brand new, and I didn't have to worry about it breaking down or needing repairs anytime soon. Other than that, I wasn't thrilled. I hardly use the vehicle anyway because I worked from home. Any contact with my clients is through company vehicle. And basically, the company vehicle is parked at my complex. So it's very convenient. I don't have to go anywhere beside church and maybe going to the grocery store. So it was just too stressful having a brand new car and sitting in the driveway. But like I said, I had no other choice. So for 2 years, I used this vehicle and prayed, God, I need to get out of this. The monthly payment for that vehicle was $761. That's somebody's whole paycheck. And just paying that on a monthly basis was just stressful by itself. Just seeing $700 coming out of my account for a car, yo, that was disheartening. But anyways, so I went through 2 years. Then eventually things started falling in place. I had gotten to a point where I was so sick and tired of seeing my credit reports and all these credit cards. And yes, some of us tell ourselves we want to get out of debt, we want to do this, we want to do this, but we don't make any change. And I was one of them, guilty. I had credit cards, wanted to get out of debt, but was still using the credit cards. So basically, I wasn't moving anyway. I was standing in place, marching, and without making any progress. And so eventually, I went through a finance program. I went through a financial thingy where my counselor was like, well, if you want to get out of there, this is what you need to do. And I knew all that. I've been through Dave Ramsey's Financial Institute. I knew it. It was just a matter of doing it, y'all. And so when I decided to take a stand and do it, I paid off all my credit cards. It was about $10,000. I paid off my private student loan that I've been paying forever, 16,000 of it. I went out negotiating to see if they can reduce it because I'm paying in full. Nobody wants to reduce it, y'all. So I paid that off. I paid off basically any and every little debt that I owe you. I paid it off. And now I was stuck with a vehicle, $761. Ridiculous, right? Yeah, so I got rid of it. I was sick and tired of paying $760. I got rid of it. I went online, posted it. Nobody wanted to buy it for the price I was asking for because now the car is has more debt than it's actually worth because of the negative equity that was on it.